I think I already talked about this before, but and just as I want to do this, we get someone to talk to me. Yay me. But anyways, yeah, we're throwing in She-Hulk in the mix. Apparently, there's so many people who actually want to rate it as not watchable. You should not watch it. You should not actually recommend it to people. No. It's like, So here's where things went. It's like there's just three things. Yeah, just basically three things. The first one has to be the fact of she was full of herself, being like, "Oh, my blood is better than you. I'm better than you." And it's like, okay, yeah. For me, I'm like, okay, sure, man. I'm pretty sure you just have much of an ego, but when it comes to being a lawyer, you have to have that confidence. There's no way you can be a lawyer and you can be like this. Like, for instance, Lionel Hutz from The Simpsons. There is no freaking way he can be a lawyer, which, well, he sucks as a lawyer and he doesn't really have the confidence or a backbone. I mean, there's like at least two times he ditched out. There's two times where he ran like a freaking coward. One was the Treehouse of Horror, where Homer was most likely about to be doomed, and he just slipped out of the bathroom window and ran for it. He did come back, but it was kind of like very, very bittersweet. And the other time had to be the fact of when he wanted to go against Mr. Burns. Like, was it? I think it was Homer who needed to go against Mr. Burns. And then he showed that he had like at least three rows of lawyers. And Lionel Hutz screamed and ran out of the freaking room. Yeah. I'm pretty sure lawyers need to have that confidence. They need to have that egos. That's how you freaking work as a lawyer. That's how you work. You didn't see Matt Murdock be like, "Oh my gosh, no," in Daredevil. No. So that's one thing that lawyers have to have: confidence. And eventually confidence equals ego. Eventually grows to ego and pride. I didn't see any problem with that. The second one's the one that really kind of bothered people the most. Has to be the fact of where these are just a little turn offs or little issues that women have to deal with. Getting catcalled anywhere from the construction sites. Thank you, you construction worker jerk asses. I guess walking down the street and stuff. I don't know. It's like, is catcalling even real anymore? I mean, I do it for fun with one person, and they're like, "Cut that out." She just still don't like it. But hey, it's because it just annoys her. She doesn't even know what it really means. So I know that's most likely just now we have some incriminating evidence on him. There we go. I'm putting this in the list to make sure we can take him down someday. But anyways, yeah, I don't think anyone catcalls anymore. I haven't seen that before, unless catcalling is not. It's more like, "Hey, baby, hey, you can walk down my train any day." Now, if that's catcalling, I don't do that. The classy catcalling of, if that even is catcalling, that, yeah, I know that is. And then, of course, getting explanations or explained from someone who's in the same career as her and she knows what she's doing, but yet the guy actually needs to ask more questions, answer more questions that she didn't even have. Is that everything? I think that's pretty much everything. And I'm like, Oh, did I forget to mention the whole thing? I could do anything. I could do anything better than you. No, you can't. You can't. You can't. That song sucks ass. It's like, fuck you. It's like, that's not really me being like messed up, in quotations, toxicity. It's me being like, hey man, boy power rules. Girl power. Fuck it. It's like, yeah. But let me just tell you that these days, it's not even girl power or anything. It's more like, it's even worse than that. It's not even childhood or teenage freaking moments. It's what happens when adults take it way too far and they crank it up to not even 11 to like 20 or 25. It's like, listen, I thought boys rule, girls drool was like in, elementary, I kick it around and play with it too, but hey, you kind of should expect it from me. But many other people who actually have like paid jobs and should be looking like, respectable, professional, because they got awesome careers, politicians and stuff like that. And you're telling me that you're playing in the dirt with me, but it's even worse because you're not even playing in the dirt. You guys actually decide to dig down, like way down inside the sandbox to the point where it's like, we're going into the real dirt here. Real dirt. And it's like, it's a sandbox. Why did you bring big shovels? Why did you dig through the sandbox? And why you guys are playing in the dirt? Sandbox is for sand, not dirt. And well, here we are with today. So yeah, that one is not really a thing. I think that was just basically making fun, being like, oh, well, she says she's handling her anger, but look at her. She doesn't have a handle on her anger. Not really. And that's why I took it as. The third one has to be the fact that she's doing lots of stuff and heck, even was able to go toe to toe with Hulk a little bit. I guess I'm not really truly that, upset by that, but I will have to say though, it's like, you can't freaking Kung Fu Panda stuff. You so can't Kung Fu Panda stuff. She was getting everything the first try, which is like, okay. But it's like, you can't freaking Kung Fu Panda and do everything right just by looking and seeing it. You can't do everything right, which thank goodness. It's like, if they actually even got her to do the clap, I would be like, oh, well, this is some bullshit. It's like, hey, this is just some messed up bullshit. It's like, there's no way how you can be Kung Fu Panda. It's like, even though Kung Fu Panda, he looks and he's able to do it. Versus her is like, she doesn't really have, I don't know. It's like, I guess if she turns strong like that, she's able to just straight up do many things like that. And it's like, not necessarily. I kind of would actually like her to, build up to where she could do it. As for the clapping, that's fine. I'm glad at least one thing is not. One thing that's not like really like, yep, because the clap, she can't do it. She can't do the thunder clap. No, she can just do a thunder applause, which I'm like, I'm cool with that. I'm cool with that. Because she do the thunder clap like eventually. It's like, well, I don't know. Kind of have to see how that plays out. I'm pretty sure she can't do the thunder. She can't do the thunder clap. She can just do a thunder applause. I think that most likely is going to be what they have on this. So, let's see. I think that's all three. Yeah, besides beating up the Hulk, which is like, damn. Hey, did anyone beat up the Hulk that was like, Thor? Yeah, but Thor actually had his hammer though. It's like, yeah, it's Thor, but Thor had his hammer though. Can't say Thanos because Thanos was a big beefy. Can't say Iron Man with his armor because, well, that was Victoria that helped assist. So, there's really no one actually really went against the Hulk that is like characterized as She-Hulk. Yeah, the only one that we can say is Thor, but even then, it's like, again, he used his hammer. He didn't actually use his fist to take down Hulk. So, now as for everything that's going on these days, we're just like, yeah, it really is going downhill. And I've been saying this for many times where I'm like, hey, is like, good news. She-Hulk. Teenagers. Adults. Fine. Go with it. I know that I have to tolerate shit, but it's like, fine. At least the good news is you're not freaking damn bothering the damn ass kids. Even though, kinda since, Cinderella came on, and I'm like, Even though it went from 9 to 11 o'clock, which I'm like, oh, damn, I guess the kids won't be able to watch it. But considering since it was on Disney Plus, they're cool. So it's like, oh, okay. Because, well, if kids were supposed to watch it from 9 to 11, which I doubt they would, they did actually advertise She-Hulk in it. They technically did. So they did actually. So, yeah, that's the interesting part. Uh, the thing I have a problem with is like bringing the kids into this. Now, again, it's like, yeah, I'm personally just doing sexuality, which that's not really. It's like, yeah, it's like what they're really talking about is just men versus women, women superior, men crap as hell. And it's like, the good news is that that didn't even leak into kids. It's like, it's been there, of course. Boys rule, girls rule. It's been there. It's been there for decades upon decades. The thing is that we grew up from that. I say we, but yet I still do it. It's pretty funny. But it's like, yeah, but the thing is that you're in quotations better than me. If you're most likely older than me or around my age, many people are like, oh, you're so immature, you need to grow up and stuff. It's like, if you're saying that, but yet you're letting this crap affect you, who's the freaking immature person now? Who's the immature person now? It gets messed up where it's like, yeah, you need to just let this go. It's like, yeah, women, let this go. Men, definitely let this go. Y'all guys need to stop talking, and you guys need to stop listening. Or if it is listening, out one ear and out the other. Because it's really getting messed up. And it's like, listen, ladies, we don't really need to have you do anything like this in the show. And the good news is that this one's just soft. This was soft. This was mild. You know, it's like, this is a moment where it's like, yeah, guys, you gotta freaking, get mature and all. Let this freaking roll from your back like a duck or a swan. Yeah, it's like with the oils. Let it roll from your back. I see what she said, and it's like, oh, it's like, hey, this is her freaking issue as a lawyer. It's like women deal with all this all the time, but I'm like, yeah, but have we ever seen a secretary that's a woman get told by another secretary that's a man what she should be doing as her job? Never seen that before. Most likely never will. I'm just saying, there's like a few things where it's like, yeah, you can't really actually take this whole entire situation and put it in any freaking block. I would kind of like to see this, what happens when it comes to a book or a writer, not a book artist, a writer talking to another writer. I kind of want to see how this plays out because like that will be interesting to see. You're trying to tell her what to do and she's a writer and you're a writer, but hey, you need to tell her what to do as a writer. It's like, I kind of want to see how this plays out. This is going to be some interesting words being said. This is going to be words I have to look up in the dictionary because this will be interesting. This is going to be fun. It's like, yeah, this is going to be fun. Well, unless, of course, well, it's not really they're both actually just writers, but they're not to the point of top tier where they don't even need to use the dictionary. They know lots of big fat words. But I'm just saying it could be fun. But it can't fit like anywhere. That's the thing. It's like, yeah, this idea of someone saying something like this can't fit anywhere. No, not really. Anything else? As for the women, though, it's like, listen, there is so much that you can do, and then there's so much that actually makes it annoying. Or makes it like really a direct punch to people. The thing is that you have to realize two options. One, it's cool that you're doing it. If you're trying to make a point, but don't make it a point to the point where it's like, it's a point and it's stabbing someone and it's causing blood. Make your point, be done with it. If you're doing this to actually really scold men, then you're in the wrong because, I mean, if lots of men did something messed up in your life, and what you want to do is attack men that didn't do anything in your life, Is that a good idea? Because it's like the ones that hurt you, maybe they're watching your stuff, but on the other hand, it's like if they hurt you and they don't give a shit about you, then why would they be watching your crap to be like, go fuck yourself? They wouldn't. They wouldn't be doing that. So you're just attacking men who have nothing to do with you at all. And you're making all of them your enemies as well. Maybe some who don't care, which some might not care. But as you can see right now, many people are revolting. So it's to the point where it's like you're making enemies when you don't need to. If you have issues with a person that did that to you, with a man that did it to you, the right thing is to express what you feel to that guy. Write him a letter. Do something that's really like, here's my middle finger, go fuck yourself. It's like, yeah, attack the person that actually hurt you, not the people who are watching just to see if there's going to be a good story or not. Or they know it's going to be a good story, but here's lots more fluff. And of course, there's this messed up issue of Wonder Woman 84. Written by a woman, directed by a woman, starring a woman. We really need, now that's the one where it's like, okay, now we need a guy to talk to her. It's like, no, the writer need to be talked to. And it's actually like, what is this garbage? Like, seriously, that's like one where I'm like, oh, so I don't have to deal with the World War. And it's kind of somewhat modern day. I can work with that. Yeah, but if the freaking movie is lousy as fuck, that makes it to the point where it's like, and it's not even good. A modern day, it's like I might as well watch the 2 animated freaking movies because this is trash. It's like, yeah, this is where you do need to have that freaking stereotype. This is where you need to be told as a writer and as a director, the actress is fine. The actress is fine. Everyone who's acting is fine. It's just the director and the writer that needs to be talked to about what the fuck is this. That's what they really need is what the fuck is this. Mostly the writer though. It's like, yeah, this is the point where it's like, yeah, you do need to have a man to explain your job and the fact of you're a storyteller. This freaking crap is trash. Freaking fix it. Same goes with the Star Wars trilogy, the sequel trilogy. Rey's story this whole entire time is eventually trash. The first movie, there is some optimism. Second and third movie, horrible, trash. You definitely needed to be talked to. You're gonna most likely moan and cry and be like, oh, this guy's mansplaining. It was like, sometimes there's times where you kind of need that. You really need it because if it doesn't happen, we end up with this crap where many people are saying either it doesn't exist because Disney's going to wipe it off the face of the earth, or 84 didn't perform as well as it could be. Wonder Woman 84 was supposed to be the one that's like bringing people to watch HBO Max. They didn't stay. They most likely didn't watch your movie twice. They watched it once and said, peace, we're out. Given technically us more on what HBO Max has, but still, it would be interesting where it's like, yeah, and how long did they watch the movie? Did they watch it more times than you expect? It's like, oh, they didn't? Dang. Anyways, I think that's all that really needs to be said. Could talk about the sexuality crap, but I think that's not a part of this equation. But still, let me just say this again. I won't freaking talk about it and have an issue with it if it doesn't get in my path. If I don't see anything, I don't say anything. But if you put in my damn shows, you put in kids shows that I'm like, hey, I could turn off my head. I could just watch this show. This is a kid's show. Come on. But if you put it in a kid's show, it's like, well, then you're a jerk ass. Kids don't need to know anything about freaking sexuality until they're like 10. And even then, it's like they need to know the basics first. Then maybe wait till 13, 14, 15 for them to learn this is spectrum. Oh. Yeah. But still, though, it's like, why do you have this crap in kids' TV? The only thing that actually makes sense in this matter is, of course, the boys versus girls thing. Boy power, girl power. That makes sense why that makes sense being in the freaking damn show. But this whole sexuality bullcrap, why the hell is it here?
Everybody say I'm a crazy man.